Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about my top 30 spring and summer fragrances for 2020. It's been a crazy year. I've been wanting to upload this video for a while. I've been going back and forth. I thought about, uploading a spring list and a summer list separately, and then I thought about, no, I'll just combine them. I also looked at last year's list. There were quite a bunch that I'm still going to be using and I highly recommend, but tried to pick out a few of them. I'll also post the link of last year's video down in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's get into this. Try to make it as quick as possible, but like most of my videos, they all take, up to 30 minutes on average. Let's get down to business. So we'll start off with number 30. Number 30 comes from the house of Rosendo MATEU. This is number 1, bergamot, tea leaf, and sandalwood. It's self-explanatory. That's exactly what you get. It's a beautiful, bright, one of the brightest citrus fragrances I've come across. Very fresh, clean, green, with a nice tea note and sandalwood dry down. Comes in number 30. As for number 29, this one comes from the house of XERJOFF. This is MEFISTO GENTILUOMO. Last year I mentioned MEFISTO, the original. They're both great, but this one is more of a rounder version of the original. Less on the citrus, I would say, and more on the florals. It has more of a barbershop feel to it. Great, smooth, excellent performance, everyday work scent for number 29. Alright, number 28. I had to have this one on the list. This comes from the house of MFK. This is Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP. So many tried to copy this one, but I think nothing comes close to the original. It's very elegant, beautiful whiffs that last all day. It's a sweet, candy-like, fragrance with a prominent saffron, I would say. I'm pretty sure most of the people know it by now. There's a huge hype all over it, but nothing comes close to the original. Beautiful fragrance for spring. Okay, so number 27. This is another one that was mentioned on last year's list. This one comes from the house of Mikalev. This is Oseto. This stuff is great, very versatile, smooth, musky, marine, salty kind of scent. I think it reminds me of IMPERIAL from Creed. Some people disagree, but it reminds me of that one a lot. It's not the same smell, but it's kind of on the same vibe. Oseto from Mikalev. Alright, so number 26. Another fragrance has been getting a lot of hype. This one comes from the house of NISHANE, HACIVAT, or HACIVAT, whatever it is. This stuff is great. A lot of people know it by now if you haven't smelled it. It's I would say a monster version of AVENTUS. You get the Ventus vibe as soon as you smell it, but I think it's very different. It has a lot more on especially the dry down, the oak moss and patchouli. This is, the performance is absolutely monstrous. Less is more on this one. Do not overspray. Highly warn you not to overspray. It just ruins it, honestly. Okay, number 25. not sure if I mentioned this one actually on my last list, but this one comes from the house of XERJOFF. This is 40 knots from the Join the Club collection. Oh man, this is great. It's if you know Ivory Root from the same collection, this is more of a summery version of that. It's also, I think, reminiscent of Ombre Nuit from Christian Dior. This is, I would say, a fresh take on an aquatic amber. Beautiful fragrance, great for summer. All right, down to number 24. 24 comes from the house of BOADICEA the Victorious. This is Azrak. Azrak, which is blue in Arabic, and it is what it is. It's a blue floral with an oceanic vibe. I mean, excellent performance. This is another one that I highly recommend that you don't overspray, even though it's fresh and very uplifting, but I think it projects like a beast. Azrak from BOADICEA the Victorious. All right. Down to number 23. Number 23, also mentioned on last year's list. I was referring to the masculine version of Clive Christian 1872. This one is the feminine version. I'm digging this a lot. This, I think, reminds me of CK1 from Calvin Klein. Got great memories on that fragrance. It was, I believe, the first fragrance that I remember buying with my own money as a kid, and it gets me flashbacks of that fragrance. Of course, this one is on a completely different level. It's absolutely not the same scent, but it kind of picks up the best parts of CK1. From my opinion, this is a great scent. Yes, it's feminine, but I think it's absolutely 100% unisex. The other masculine version is also great. I was torn between this one and number one. Number one is a beautiful floral, elegant fragrance, but this one is I'm gravitating towards this one nowadays. 1872 from Clive Christian. Okay, number 22. This one, another great one from the house of Creed. This is Pure White Cologne. What can I say about this one? This is class in a bottle. I would describe it as a very luxurious bar of soap. This is very simple, but sophisticated in a way. It's beautiful, very clean, very classy, very versatile. I wish the performance was better, but it's still great. It does the job. Beautiful fragrance from the House of Creed. Number 21. This is a new addition to my collection from the House of ROJA Parfums. This is VETIVER. This is the only parfum cologne that I own, only because I have the Parfum or the EDP versions of the other ones, Scandal, Enigma, and all that. I felt like they were kind of redundant. Yes, the new collection is more, fresher and more airy, more versatile, better for everyday use, but I don't have the original Vetiver. This one's great. I didn't like it at first, but the more I use it, the more I like it. I would say this is an upgraded version of Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford. It's a clean, fresh citrus vetiver. One thing to notice that I honestly didn't notice till I finished putting this list together is there's two notes I don't like in fragrance, or to correct that, I used to hate. Two notes. One is vetiver. The other is anything floral, whether it's white florals or even roses. I used to dislike those a lot many years ago. And one thing I've noticed about this list is there's a lot of fragrances that I have on here that are on the floral side or vetivers, which is quite interesting. Um, but I guess that's the interesting thing about this fragrance passion is that your taste changes with time. The more you use, the more you discover, the more it just keeps on changing. So that's it keeps the fun and passion going and growing. Okay, so the next one, number 20, from the House of XERJOFF. This is Renaissance. Renaissance, I mean, it's a popular one. It's the most realistic, in your face citrus, lasts a very long time, beautiful, very versatile. Most of these fragrances are, all year round kind of fragrances. This one is great for summer heat during the day. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. Very sharp though. You need to kind of get used to it. Okay, number 19. It's not fair saying this is number 19 because I absolutely love this scent. And this comes from the House of XERJOFF Shooting Stars collection. This is Neo. I mean, this stuff is absolutely amazing. My favorite citrus, bergamot, neroli, woody scent. I have great memories with this one. It's very simple, but elegant and luxurious. This is beautiful, very versatile. Performance is great. I hear the new bottles have, less of a performance. I haven't tried them, and I have this one and a backup bottle of this old bottle. I think it's great. 10 out of 10 on my books. Neo from XERJOFF. Number 18. This is another new addition to my collection. I've been hesitant on it from the beginning, but honestly, after trying it a few times, I love it. It's great. This is from Creed. This is AVENTUS Cologne. If you compare it to AVENTUS, the original AVENTUS, you might not like it, even though I think it's great. This is more versatile. It's a fresh, cleaner, more versatile version. It's brighter than the original AVENTUS. Of course, they have the same DNA, but this is great for summer. Beautiful fragrance. The performance is not all that, but I think it does the job. I mean, sometimes you don't want a beast all day long kind of fragrance, especially if you're someone like me who kind of likes using more than one fragrance a day. So I think it's great. Highly recommend. Just to mention, I didn't have these on the list, but I think they're worth mentioning. There's two fragrances here that kind of smell like AVENTUS Cologne more than AVENTUS. This comes from BOIS 1920. This is called Piranha. I think this one's great. Fresh, clean, bright version as well, close to AVENTUS Cologne. And another one would be from the house of Mazzolari, Milano. This is Nero. This is also great. Very fresh, uplifting. This is closer to the original AVENTUS than AVENTUS Cologne. The other one I mentioned is more on the AVENTUS Cologne side. Okay. Number 17. Number 17. Beautiful fragrance from the house of BORTNIKOFF. This is Amber Cologne. Amber Cologne. Wow. This is a citrus, floral, tropical scent. Very versatile. The prominent frangipani note. This stuff is very uplifting, very fresh, and it's just very quality ingredients. Beautiful. I mean, there's that frangipani note that I find in quite a few of the Bortnikoff fragrances. There were a few other ones that I was hesitant to mention, but I kind of still have to go through them and experience them a little more. One of which is this one, Vesna Cologne. I like it a lot, but I kind of still need to try it a little more. Moss Cologne. Oh man. Anyway, I don't want to get distracted. Sorry about that. The next fragrance comes as number 16 from the House of Fragrance du Bois. This is Oud Vert Intense. This stuff is beautiful if you haven't tried it. I think this is a great citrus, spicy, green scent. Amazing dry down. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. This is another one I was hesitant between this and... where is it? Yeah, Oud Blue Intense. They're both great, but I prefer this one, honestly. Even though Oud Blue gets me more compliments, but, you know, if you really care about compliments, the most important thing is that you like the fragrance, and it doesn't hurt to get a compliment here and there. All right, so number 15 from the House of Pure Distance. This is a notice, or whatever. Please don't bash me on my pronunciations. I'm trying, but you can read that. This stuff, I mean, this is a very fresh, rich, sharp citrus, especially in the opening. It's in your face with a musky dry down, lasts for a very long time, but sits close to the skin. The first few minutes, the projection is insane, but then it just settles down and stays all day on your skin, but you know, without that projection. Great fragrance. Number 14 comes from the House of ROJA Parfums. This is Enigma Oud. Enigma Oud is a beautiful fragrance. I get tons and tons and tons of compliments on this one. It's, if you smelled Enigma, the feminine version, it's close to that with kind of a hint of barely noticeable, but there is a difference. It's a hint of an oud or woody note. This stuff is great, beautiful, great for spring. I like it a lot. I was gonna mention, where is it? Saudi Arabia, but I think because it's discontinued and I'm trying to wear less of it, it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's all year round, great for, you know, even summer nights, not the daytime. It's kind of a heavy one, but it's a great, great fragrance. Anyway, number 13 comes from the House of Fragrance du Bois again. This is Milano. Milano. What a beautiful, great, smooth, fruity, floral, I would say, kind of a concoction. More natural, woody version of Herba Pura from XERJOFF. That one is more of a floral, fruity bomb. This is a little more masculine, smoother, more realistic, natural notes. You know, some woody notes as well. It's absolutely amazing. Highly recommend this one. Milano from Fragrance du Bois. All right. Moving down to number 12. Number 12 comes from the House of BOADICEA the Victorious. This is VETIVER IMPERIAL. VETIVER IMPERIAL, I believe, is the culinary magazine. It was a collaboration of some sort. This is absolutely gorgeous. This stuff is an upgraded version of, I would say, Terre d'Hermès, without that bitter, earthy notes. This is a fresh, the opening's amazing, and the vetiver is done to perfection. This stuff is great. Highly recommend this one. I was gonna say also recommend, where is it? Yes, King of the World, which I mentioned in my BOADICEA. Oh wow, this is great, but I still need to wear it more, just to uh, know exactly where it fits within these fragrances. But this is also a great one. Okay, number 11. Another new addition. Some might think this is not summer, spring fragrance. This comes from the house of Jeroboam. This is Gozu. Gozu is, how can I describe this one? This is, I would say, uh, first of all, it's absolutely addictive. It's a candy-like, sweet, aromatic scent with there's a prominent ambroxan note in the dry down, and that patchouli. I cannot stop sniffing this. Yes, it feels very synthetic, but something about it, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just me, but very, very addictive. Very unique, interesting scent. Synthetic, yes, but excellent, and the performance is great. Gozo from Jeroboam. I think it has something to do with Malta. I'm not sure. Don't want to. Anyway, number 10. Down to the number 10. It's getting serious. This is another one from the house of XERJOFF. This is ACCENTO Overdose. Has absolutely nothing to do with the original ACCENTO. This is more on the, I would say, floral, beautiful, fruity, floral, very unisex kind of scent. Excellent performance. Very, another uplifting one. It has, somewhat of a similarity to Milano, but I would say this is more unisex than Milano. Milano's, I would say, a little bit more masculine, but this is absolutely great. The performance is insane. All right. Down to number 9. Number 9 is another beauty from the house of ROJA Parfums. This is A Midsummer Dream. A Midsummer Dream. A fresh, beautiful citrus, aromatic, spicy, floral as well, with a prominent cardamom. The cardamom note is to die for. It's the highlight of this fragrance. It's absolutely, I fell in love with it immediately. Midsummer Dream from ROJA Parfums. Highly recommend. Okay, let me get some space here. All right. Number 8. Okay, this is, El Mio CUORE or CUORE from Oud Factory. This stuff is so unique, so beautiful. So this is, you get a vanilla floral opening and an addictive musky dry down. You can't tell what's in it. It's sometimes you get something floral, something fruity, something that vanilla, that musk. It's so unique. I've never ever smelled anything like it. I have quite a few fragrances and attars from this brand. I think it's a great brand. It's I don't hear much people talk about it. It's from the UAE, and it's absolutely amazing. Every single fragrance I tried from them, I have quite a few from them, and the oud oils and attars, absolutely great. Very unique, very avant-garde is the word. I love it. Beautiful scent for spring. Number 7, Another one that some might think fits more of colder months. I disagree. This is an all year round fragrance. This comes from the house of Stefan Umbert Lucas. This is Panthea Iris. Panthea Iris is my favorite iris as we speak. It's a sophisticated combination of, that iris, powdery, floral. It's very smooth, and I get that tobacco in the dry down. Wow, it's absolutely amazing. Some might think it's on, a little feminine, but I disagree. I think it's very unisex. Beautiful fragrance. I highly recommend this one. Very elegant, and the performance is great. Okay, down to number 6. Number 6, another one that's not fair to have on number 6, but I had to give some space for the other ones, and just because I mentioned this in a few videos, and they're always high on the list. So number 6 is underestimating this. So it's from the house of BOADICEA the Victorious. This is Valiant. If you haven't tried Valiant, one thing I recommend is do not smell it from the sprayer. Do not smell it on the test strip. You have to try it on your skin, full wearing, for you to understand the hype around this. This is a great fragrance. I can tell you, I didn't like it as much when I first smelled it, especially from the bottle and on a test strip. When I wore it, and this is way back, I fell in love with it. It's amazing, very elegant. It has that fresh, uplifting, beautiful, floral, mesmerizing sandalwood dry down. Get that touch of vanilla as well. This is very uplifting, very elegant, very, very beautiful fragrance. Okay, number 5. Number 5 had to be a tie. The first one, which is PIKOVAYA DAMA from XERJOFF 1717 collection. I mentioned this, I think it was number 1 and number 2 last year. It's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. An aldehydic, fresh, clean, soapy, elegant fragrance. But I had to include it, but it's tied with this new baby. This is from the House of Fragrance de Bois, Heritage. They both have the same theme. I would say Heritage is more for summer, where PIKOVAYA DAMA is more suitable for spring. They're both all year round fragrances. This is, I think, a little fresher, cleaner, less sophisticated, but so elegant. And to me, it's so clean. It's soapy. It's that the aldehydes shine in this one, but it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Heritage from Fragrance de Bois. Okay, number 4 is another beauty. This comes from the house of Spirit of Dubai. This is Abraj, which means towers in Arabic. Abraj is an amazing, amazing fragrance. I have quite a few from the line, which I'll hopefully get to review the house hopefully soon. This one shined out, especially for spring. I would say, to describe this one, it has that initial Aventus-like, top, initial spray, but it dries down to something in the line of Invasion Barbar from MDCI. It's not any of those. It's very different, but that's what I get. It's like mixing Aventus with Invasion Barbar. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance with that patchouli musky base is just insane. Beautiful. And the performance as well is great. All right. Top 3. Number 3 comes from the House of XERJOFF again. Another 1717 collection. Harrods exclusive. This is Begum or Begum. This, wow. I don't know how to describe this one. It's a beautiful, unisex, versatile, fruity, floriental sheepra. That's it. It's absolutely amazing, delicious. I cannot stop smelling and sniffing this. Another beautiful floral. I think this is signature scent worthy, very uplifting, elegant, beautiful unisex fragrance. Highly recommend this one. It's a Harrods exclusive, but I think it was sold on XERJOFF Universe website. I don't know if it's still there or not, but it's an excellent fragrance. Okay, number 2 and number 1 is a tough one, but they both come from the same house. Number 2 is Hanuman from BOADICEA the Victorious. What can I say about this one? Absolutely stunning. It's a stunning citrus floral with a smooth vetiver and sandalwood dry down. I mentioned this in my last video and how it's similar to Balda Freak by Rito. And I mentioned that it's not the same. It reminds me of it. It's quite similar. You get that fruity, floral, smooth vetiver dry down. That sandalwood in this one is absolutely amazing. It's just done to perfection. Highly recommend this one. The only downside is the price, but it's absolutely worth it. Beautiful. Okay, number 1. Number 1 is a funny one because if you've seen my last video, the top BOADICEA Victorious fragrances, this surprisingly came in number 30, and now it's number 1. There's only one reason why it was number 30, is only because I only had a sample and I was still going through it. I liked it from the first sniff, but I had to experience it more, and I immediately bought a bottle when I finished my sample, and it's just absolutely magnificent. This is a masterpiece from the House of BOADICEA the Victorious. This is lavish. What can I say, man? This is another fresh citrus vetiver as well, but it's nothing unique. You smell things similar to this, but nothing comes close to how good this is. And the compliments are insane. The performance is absolute. This works anytime, anywhere, any day, any night, any occasion, any season. This could be your signature scent. No brainer. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if it's just me, but I cannot excellent performance as well. Very versatile. Just leave it to that. Just smell it, please. That wraps up my video. Thank you for watching. Please, give me your opinions. What do you think of this list? What do you think I should have mentioned from my last year's list, which I'll also have a link in the comment section below, as I mentioned. Tell me your favorite fragrances from your collection, fragrances that you'd like to try. Just let's keep the discussion and conversation going. Thank you so much for watching and liking my videos and subscribing, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'm not a person that's trying to look for quantity in terms of followers and whatnot. No, I just want a group of quality people who share the passion, share the love. In this time that we're living in right now it's insane how the world has been but you know, you have to fight it with positivity. One thing, I mean, just a statement: Black lives absolutely matter, and it's a joke for anyone to say anything other than that. There's only one race, and it's the human race. Let's all stick together, work together, and make it a better place for everyone. It's tough for everyone, but you know, racism is just a disgrace. It has no place in my books. I mean, life is all about, we're different. We come from different backgrounds, different beliefs, different cultures, different, but that should bring us together and share. You know how like magnets, positive and negative, attract each other. It should be that way. I mean, we can't be all identical. We can't be all the same, but we're all equal. We're all the same being. But you know, anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that. I just had to mention it. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.